Hey everyone, so right now I'm in the semi. I'm headed to the combine where Dad's at. Finished up soybean harvest Saturday night, November 4th. Today is Monday, November 6th. Gonna get everything switched over, cleaned out, get ready for corn. I'm not sure if we're going to try cutting today. If we do, maybe a truckload and fire up the dryer and make sure everything works. But right now we're just gonna get everything kind of cleaned out. Clean up the combine a little bit, get that all blown off. Dad should be over there now. Chances of rain later today, but it's really nice out actually right now. Looks like Dad's already out by the combine, kind of blowing it off. The ground is pretty soft just about everywhere, so we got to be a little careful where we park and load the truck this year. Seems like we ended up shuttling with the grain cart just a bit more than other years, but that's all right, that's what it's for. I'm gonna try to back up the truck next to the old chicken coop. Have a little bit yet to do on the corn head. I busted off one of the snoots last harvest on like the last 15 acres. I think it was this one. I put that on the other day, but gonna get this thing greased up yet. Probably would be easier to put it on the combine to do that, so might try to dig this out of the barn yet today. We got to make sure that there's grease in all these gear cases down below. You can't really see it under here, but good. That's good. Still getting everything hooked up and greased, and after that I gotta calibrate the head, set up the iPad yet. This hasn't been hooked on this machine ever, so gotta go through its calibrations. So I need to figure out how to switch everything over to corn here on the computer. Everything outside the combine should be switched over now. These windows are pretty dirty. Got everything calibrated now to the corn head. took a few minutes to kind of set the camera down just to focus on doing what I was doing. Had some trouble with the header height sensors, but I think we got it. Folded up the grain tank. We're gonna wait to do the corn right behind me here, and Dad's gonna drive through the trail through the woods, so close that back up. We're gonna go out back and get into a bigger field, and we're gonna just make a couple thousand bushels and probably go give the grain dryer and everything a test run yet today. So kind of expected this, you know, slow going. It's day one, so don't really expect much to get done. Just hopefully get everything set up and fine tuned for when we can really go to work. Calling for rain tomorrow, so not sure if we're gonna be able to cut anything tomorrow, but after that, should be a fairly decent week. I'm going to jump in the 8410 and grain cart in here and meet Dad out back. He's gonna fill up pretty quick, so with the grain cart and corn, you kind of got to be on your toes. Once he gets a few passes in, probably walk out behind him, make sure he's not throwing a bunch of corn out on the ground. Sure, we have the combine set up to where we're not throwing any corn out the back, but not getting a bunch of fines or anything or pieces of cob in the tank either. You kind of got to play with it a little bit and find that sweet spot, and it changes how dry the corn is or not and everything else, but this is it. First stump of corn 2023. Just walked out a little ways and checked the ground behind Dad. It looks fairly clean. Don't see too much of any corn on the ground, so I'm not too sure what the sample looks like. I didn't really climb up the grain cart and look, but from what I could tell from the window, it looks pretty good. cart's full now. I'm gonna go dump this on the truck. This should fill up the front half of the truck, and then I'll go back for another couple dumps, and that'll fill up the back of the truck. Right now the plan is to load up the truck, load up the machines, and then I think we're going to try to get some corn over to the bin site, load up the wet bin a little bit. Then we're going to light up the dryer, make sure that's going to work for us. So acre wise, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot done today, but if we can get everything kind of set up and ready to go, it's day one, so that's kind of usually how it goes. Just making sure everything's fine-tuned and working properly. By the time I drove through the woods to dump on the truck, Dad already filled up. Everything fills up pretty fast in corn, so anymore the semi seems to be our weakest link. We only have the one semi to haul grain. That's a tandem hopper bottom, and it holds just under 1,000 bushels. Not too bad when you're right around the corner from the grain bin or bin site, the dryer, whatever you want to call it. Right now we're roughly 5 miles away or so, so yeah, the truck's gonna have a really hard time keeping up, even if it's just me cutting corn and dumping on the cart by myself and filling up the grain cart and combine. The truck's definitely gonna have a really hard time, and I could be waiting for him. He stopped in the middle here, so he ran up to the end, turned around, and he should be almost full by the time he gets to here. And then we can dump on the go the rest of the way back. Cart's full again. We're gonna go dump this on the truck. I'll top that off. To open up the pit before we can just drive over it. We'll get the Ford 5000 or the 4320 hooked on to the auger here. Got the truck empty, headed back to the grain cart and combine now. Dad stayed behind. He's at the dryer trying to get that all set up and running. I'm gonna get this loaded up again, and then I'll probably fill up the grain cart again, but we're gonna leave the combine empty so that way we can close down the bin in case it rains. The trail isn't as bad as we thought, so I'm gonna run the truck through the woods here and get going a little bit quicker. Sun came back out again. It's been kind of on and off all day. It will get really gray and cloudy and really dark out, and then the sun will pop out. First Monday after the time change, so it's not even 5 o'clock I don't think, and it feels more like 7. I'm headed back out again. A little bit of gusto, but not too much to where I'm gonna be breaking something. Back at the bin site, I'm gonna get this dumped, but I think that's gonna do it for this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.